Word to my mama, I ain't gonna lie, they don't make them like this no more. Man, this thing is amazing. I think the closest thing to it is the V6 that was on the Ford Fusion, but that's not even touching this. This thing does Steph Curry numbers over the Ford Fusion.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Blackhawk 007 back here with another video. You know the vibe. Just subscribe. If you don't bite, give me a like. That's right. Become a Blackhawk right here, right now. If you like what I do, I got the latest and the greatest police chases, POV test drives, car tutorials, car news, or car reviews. Let's get into it. Before we begin, today's video is sponsored by Blackhawk007.com, your new automotive news website. Make sure if you want to see more videos like these, car news and car reviews, make sure to check out Blackhawk007.com. Here's a tour of the website. Blackhawk.com is your new automotive news website compared to that of Car and Driver, Road and Track, Motor Trend, Car Scoops. This is your new automotive news website for all of your car news and car reviews, from U.S. automaker news to non-U.S. automaker news as foreign news, and a dedicated page for all of your Mopar news articles as well too. Tips on what and what not to do when buying and selling a car, consumer stories, spy photos of future vehicles, videos as well too, future products coming out in 2026, product reviews, all that here on Blackhawk007.com. Blackhawk007.com is your new automotive news website. Check it out for all of your automotive needs. Alright, let's check out the 2004 Ford Taurus. Today we're going to give you a brief test drive and a little review on why this car single-handedly saved Ford and why Jim Farley should bring it back to the United States. They are still making this car in China. Why not in the U.S.? Let's find out what's going on. We're doing Ford and GM week, I guess. Ford versus GM. Remember they did that? Corvette versus the GT40. Ford versus Chevy. Blackhawk edition. Is that what we doing? This thing runs absolutely flawless. I like the wingback spoiler. One of my project cars that I would like to get is a 98 Ford Taurus SHO. Yes. Why buy a V6 Mustang when you can get a V8 Taurus? Yes. What if I told you that this car actually came with a V8 in it? And this thing was a growler. Yes, it was. And they use this motor for quite some time too. The motor is tried and true. Yeah, you got some that, you know, has its transmission issues, but for the most part, the motors were untouchable. Look at that, y'all. Dual overhead cam V6. These things were nothing to play with. Butter smooth cruisers. Very simple to maintain. Some of them had its transmission issues, but most of them were like bulletproof, man. You still see these everywhere on the road. Like, Ford really did their thing with the mechanic abilities of this car. As you can see, you can pull this back. Massive trunk space. Look at that. There was nothing stingy about trunk space. From inside the car or outside the car. Like, that's the funny part. To open up the trunk, you press that button right there. Massive trunk space. Like, you don't have to pull no lever from inside the trunk to open the seats. You can do it right in the car. No spare tire, but you know, look at that, man. You know what they say. You can fit a couple bodies in there. Where's the episode from Will Smith? I don't want to play that. I might get copyrighted. But I'm telling you, man, like this right here. Let me unlock this door. And I mean, like, plenty of space. Plenty of space. So I got this on the market for like $2,500. Has 160,000 miles. Just not a bad price in 2026 and around tax season.
great running car. I love it. Let's check out some of the features. So you got your AC, your heat. You got old school cigarette one, and then you have your 12-volt adapter to plug other stuff in there, FM transmitter or a charger. You have your set, your info, and reset, and that's for this right here. If you look right here, it shows your miles to empty, your odometer reading, CD player. Okay, can't stand it with a CD player. You got your bass, your treble, your balance, your fade, back buttons galore, y'all. Very simple car for a very simple purpose. And the materials ain't not that bad either. Nice quality control put into this. I'm gonna put my hand on here. Like, look. If you look, that's soft touch material. You see how it's pressing in there? Ford put so much time into this. Some of them are plastic, but most of the, like this part right here is plastic, but this is soft touch material. 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 That's plastic. But most of the materials in here are soft touch, which is good for sound deadening. You want a nice and quiet ride? You hear the wind outside? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get in the front seat. All right, so windows rolled down. Y'all hear the wind? Let's roll the window up. Quiet. Only thing you hear is a little hum from the V6. And that's just a regular, normal sound. You got your ashtray in here. They definitely, no stone was unturned when they were smoking in this car. God damn. I still missed the fucking piece of ramp. God damn. Should have detailed the fucking ashtray. As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out. Nice and clean in here. But this is a great car for first time drivers. Nice spacious mid-size sedan. Ford started in '86. This car was featured in RoboCop. They discontinued it after the 2006 model year. So then they came back out with it in 2008. I think it was 2008, and it was the facelifted Ford 500. They realized they wasn't getting too many sales from the 500. And really, like, at the time the Crown Vic was sold out, it was still like slaughtering the 500, so they're like, what do we do with this? So Ford said, okay, bet, we're going to we're going to rename it the Taurus. The facelift for the 500, I seen it when it still had the 500 badge on it, but they said this looks more like a Taurus, and it's more reminiscent of the original 80s Taurus. So we'll name it the Taurus, and boom, sells. This car is also the car that single-handedly saved the company. That's why I'm mad that this car is still being made in China and it's not over here in the United States. It went back to a mid-size sedan. And it was a full-size sedan ever since until 2019 or 2018, something like that. Around that time when Ford discontinued it. But I believe this is before Jim Farley came in. I think Jim Farley came 2019 or 2020, if I'm not mistaken. All my Blackhawks in the comment section, research that for me. Let me know when Jim Farley stepped into a Ford Motor Company. And he's doing wonders. He's doing wonders, you know what I mean? He's doing everything he can, but I really think Jim Farley should bring sedans back. And I see news that sedans are supposed to be coming back, and I told you so. But seeing is believing, so I'll believe it when I see it. Word to my mama, I ain't gonna lie, they don't make them like this no more. Man, this thing is amazing. I think the closest thing to it is the V6 that was on the Ford Fusion, but that's not even touching this. This thing is like, this thing does Steph Curry numbers over the Ford Fusion V6. they really just don't make cars like these no more. Like, you know, like butter smooth grandpa cruiser V6s. Like, this is amazing. Should I take it for a run, y'all? Should I do it? Should I do it to him? All right, y'all, let's do it. We're going to take a quick test drive real quick, y'all. I got my lights on. Look, 161,000 miles. In 04, it shows how many miles to empty. Y'all see that? 87 miles to empty. We're in a quarter tank. Well, a little less, but you get the point. But butter smooth transmission, man. Oh my God, they really are. Seriously, they don't make them like this no more. We're gonna spin the block real quick. Signal for safety. This one right here, 100% recommend. Like, if y'all want a nice little drawing, this is it right here. Ford Taurus, man. Back when it was a mid-size sedan. Oh, my seatbelt. The comment section is gonna grind me up for this one. Oh, look at my background. The Ford Taurus. Hit that lane quick. Alright, y'all. Suspension's good, transmission's good. Sometimes it hits the I think it has its own auto overdrive, right? Did these come with like the overdrive feature? Like, was that just like a thing back in the day? I'm gonna have to do some research on that. I'm not all the way versed on certain things, but man, this thing runs good. It's just so butter smooth. Like, if you want something to take you to AC, this is it. This gonna get you to Florida, okay? As long as you keep up with, like, basic maintenance on this thing, man. Whoever had this car took great care of it. I'm not gonna tell y'all what the hell this car looked like beforehand, but just know, Friday movie, all of them combined ain't got shit on this car. How much weed butts and wraps I found in this car before I detailed it. I might start doing detail videos, add it to my DIY section. But yeah, this thing is beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, man, what do you think about this car? Would you buy this car? Would you buy a Ford Taurus? It may not be your fan favorite, but guess what? They're still on the road. I'm in one right now as a testimonial proof. They're reliable. They're cruisers. They're very basic. You can beat this thing up, and they got heat. Beat it with a heater. So, you know what I mean? Air and heat works, all that stuff. So what do you think? Ford Taurus, yes or no? In the comment section below. I often see at least 1,000 views on each video that I put up on YouTube. Sometimes even 3,000 views, 5,000 views, and maybe even 10,000 views. Our highest video so far on the channel has over 60,000 views. But what I don't see is 60,000 likes or 60,000 subscribers. For every view, click the like button and click the subscribe button. I would like to have as many likes as each person that chose to come in and look at the video. And I would like to have each subscriber for every single view, every person that came in to look at the video. So if you kind of stop by, help a brother out. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, it really helps the algorithm, and what it really does is it sends that video out into YouTube's system so other people like you that like car content, police chases, car news, and car reviews, honest, cutthroat car reviews, can see these beautiful videos. So please, if you stop by the channel, before you even say hi to me with the click of a button. Hit the like button, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button. Help me to get to 10,000 subscribers so we can take this channel on the road, so we can get our new podcast studio, so we can get our new equipment. Every click helps. Subscribe to Blackhawk Bond 007. Holla at your boy.
Kind of makes me wonder why the hell so many people are trying to tell me to slow down. Seems like motherfuckers should be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.